Evening fellow coin collectors, Coin Snatcher here with a little video for the serious 50p Isle of Man enthusiast. And this is just a little video, just thought I'd pop it up as I was sitting looking at the coins and playing about with them. So we see in 1976 they released 116,242 coins, and in 1975 they released 121,817 coins. However, this little mark here shows that a misstrike on a thinner and smaller flan has been recorded. So I thought I'd have a look at my 1976 coin, the one I bought because I believe it's a mint error damage. And if we have a little look at this coin, you can see the groove that goes across it where it's missing, well, it's been gouged. A little bit of metal missing out of that there. And it led me to think it didn't feel exactly right. So I compared it to a normal 50p, and sure enough, there is a slight difference in the thickness of the coin. The damaged coin is just slightly thinner. Doesn't feel exactly right either, and this corrosion on the surface is quite strange because this gouge, which goes into the metal quite deeply, has left behind the P on the 50p. Now that leads me to believe that this is mint damage and not post-mint damage. It would be next to impossible to damage a coin in this way and still have the P visible in that groove. So I think somewhere along the minting process something's gone wrong and this coin has popped out. It's gone into circulation and it's just assumed that it's just a damaged coin. Now, I don't believe that. There's also a little bit here you can see just on the rim. So that led me to think, I wonder is the weight right of it, because it did feel ever so slightly different to the standard 50p's. So that led me to get my Royal Mint Collector Premium set out, and I thought we'll give it a little weigh on the scales the first time I've used them, and we'll give it a little go. So if we tear these scales off just to make sure we're definitely dealing with zeros, and we've got a 1979 Edge Inscription 50p here. And we're going to pop this on just to give it a go and see what this weighs in at. Should be 13.5 grams. This one's 13.53. Now that could be down to a little inaccuracy in the scales. They're not exactly the best of quality scales. When I was working for GlaxoSmithKline, I used Mettler Toledo scales, which weighed to 1,000th of a gram. These scales only weigh down to, well, you can see what it is, 13.52 it's saying now. So that's fair enough, that coin would be within tolerance. And just so we're not biased, I thought we'd look at a different coin as well. So this is a Vikings coin, nice condition coin, doesn't have any real wear on it. That's a 1982 coin. Pop that on the scales, and that one is coming up slightly heavier. So that's 13.59. Now, of course, because these are struck from metal, you might get a very slight variation over time. So I'm not too worried if they come up a couple of hundredths of a gram different to what they should be. But if we take this Isle of Man 76 Vikings coin and we pop it on the scales, it's coming up at 12.5, which is a full gram underweight, which is nearly 10%. Now when you put it beside the other two coins, you can see it is slightly thinner, and you can see the weight is under as well. So just something for you 50p guys to ponder. Is it possible that I've got a 50p that's been misstruck on a slightly thinner flan? Or have I got a 50p that's been misstruck and because of the damage to it, it's weighing a little bit light? However, 10% of the coin weight could not be, you couldn't take 10% of the coin weight off that for the gouge in it. Just doesn't make sense. You'd have to take a fair old chunk of that coin off to remove 10% of the weight. So that left me thinking, is it a mint error? You know, is it struck in a slightly thinner flan and that's why it's not the finish that it should be? What's happened in the minting process that this has come out a gram lighter than it should be when it should weigh 13.5, and as you see it's coming out at 12.5. So something for you guys to ponder. Have a little think about that and drop a comment below and let me know what you think. That's it for now. Peace and love. Coin Snatcher out.